That's right, and we're back. We're live. We're live on Chicano Tube. We're also live again on Chicano Street. Do me a favor, beautiful linda raza, man. Hit that pinche like button. If you like the fire dope content that we drop on the daily, pues ahí está el pinche botón. There's a like button. So you know right next to it, you're a creep, a weirdo, a lame, a stalker, a chomo, a predator, or all of their followers. Hey, hit the chinga tu madre, the thumbs down. I ain't even tripping, man. But you got to pay to play one way or another. Hit that pinche thumbs down. There's also a share button feature. You can share the channel on any canal, and also as well right next to it you could also hype the video if you like these kind of videos, which I know you're gonna like this one. This is gonna be a good one. Let's go ahead and get into this one because does Salinas produce Spartan warriors only? Well, let's keep this $1. And again, before we do that, I just want to thank all the day oneers, man, that are pushing the channel, that are putting their ears on this pinche canal and are listening to it either audio or visual style. Hey, I highly appreciate all the day oneers. Also, shout out to the members only. They get the real biggest, truest shout out of them all. Shout out to the pinche members only. You already know who you are, cabrones. I highly appreciate you guys. And if you're new to the channel, stick around because we're going to drop nothing but fire bangers on the daily. Let's go ahead and get into this one. So it was Salinas week, last week, right? We had heard about Operation Dead End, which is another operation cracking down on activity going on, pues, in the calles, right? And of course, I'm only talking about what I know, right? This is the city that I know. This is the city where I've been born. This is the city where I've been raised. This is the city where I do all of my good. I do all of my work. Well, not all of my work. I'm up and down the coast, a la chingada. I got 4 offices. I think I'm going to open a 5th one now. This is where I wanted to stay and do the most good, right? Pues tengo diferentes casitas, una casa pa' aquí, otra casa pa' acá, but of course I'm always going to have a casita in Salas because that's always going to be home to me, man. That cement, those sidewalks in Salinas have seen me pound that pavement for years and years since I was a little chavalito on a pinche trike or whatever you want to call those, a big wheel, all the way to right now, 45-year-old middle-aged man, right? So anyways, let's keep this $1, man. It was Salinas week last week, and people were talking about the town, and I was actually real happy. I was like, oh, shit, man, okay, que nos den pinche our little internet, 15 minutes of popularity. What is this city? This city has so much history. I will put the history of this city in any kind of realm, in agricultural, political, activism, raza-centric, chicanismo. I will put it at the very top of any city north of Bakersfield. But again, I know you're going to say, cabrón, you're just being biased, Mikey. There's a lot of history, man. We're on the corrida run. We had headquarters here for the United Farm Workers. Cesar Chavez was here marching, protesting, organizing. He even hit our county jail, a la chingada. And so a lot of history here. So again, RICO indictments, Fed indictments, nothing new. It isn't nothing to deter anyone from moving over to this gorgeous piece of just land 20 minutes away from the ocean, where it's always upper 60s, low 70s with a breeze hitting your face. And that's 24/7, 365 right there, right? But again, every single place breeds unique, different individuals. So we had an individual come on the internet and come on a very popular platform, and that platform has millions and millions of followers, and he told his Chicano story. That's what I call it, right? I have a series in the members only, My Chicano Story. He told his Chicano story, and it had a lot of people in their panties in a bunch, in an uproar, or calling and saying what the internet is going to say, right? To the content creators, hey, it's all to the good, man. They're going to say what they're going to say because they need to create content, right? To everyone else, it don't matter. I mean, the comments are the comments. We need comments, so comment below, right? But again, it's a different place. It's a very different place. And it's taking its place in history. Now, so the stories I was told, let me fast forward a little bit. I'm not going to go ahead and give a whole pinche autobiography of mine, which it really would be relevant to what I'm saying right now, but we'll leave that over for the members only on My Chicano Story, which is either part 13 or part 14 is coming up at the end of this month. Anyways, so we heard a story of an outmanned situation inside a facility that is don't play. That is not a facility that you want to go in wet behind the ears, not knowing anything about street politics or not knowing what time it is. Because if you don't know what time it is, you're going to find out real quick what time it is. And of course, this is right in our backyard, man. It seems like the CTF wasn't good enough for our area. They had to give us a 4-180 también, right? And a 270, right? And a A, and B, a C, a D, an Echo, up front, Caltrans crew, all that shit that they have there, right? I think they have 5 yardas on there. I think 5 yardas. Anyways, that's our backyard. So what you do when you go home, yeah, you stick your chest out a little bit more. And, you know, te tienes que quedarte calladito because you are going to know people that work there. It's just a given, man. This is your backyard. Imagine if you were in your backyard, wherever you're watching from, right? In Los, okay, the nearest pinche city, wherever you're at in Los, in NorCal and CenCal. Imagine, it's just your backyard. You could throw a rock and hit the pinchy window of one of the pinchy blocks, right? So you're going to know people, man. So all of that thing can take into effect, right? But again, let's fast forward a little bit. So you're on a yarda. This is not one of these yardas. This is not, unlock, in and out, or your first draw, fish draw. No, this is one of those kind of yardas that it's down for 6 months at a time. And by the time it opens up again, the war just continues because now they're just in the second phase of the guerra. Or the third phase, the third wave of retaliation. And it's not like that for everyone. It's an absolute, complete waste of time. It's nothing to pat yourself on the back about. It's actually something, if you're still stuck there, you know, it's something you need to move on from and just kind of elevate yourself, man. Elevate yourself, right? And don't be like one of these pendejos and they come on the internet net banging. They're a trip, right? They're still looking for validation at almost 50, 60 years old. Whatever you set out to do, you absolutely failed at that. I'll tell you that right now. So he told a story about being outmanned, right? It was a wave, right, of one group segment against another group segment. This is where I experienced for the first time, like, I have stories, but they'll only be in the members only, of seeing people that I knew. But now you're opposites because now you're in a hostile, or you're in an environment where skin color has a lot to play into it. This is not you're not in Kansas anymore, okay? Cálmense, okay? This is not, I guess, how these federal lockups look across the nation where they look like country clubs. Over here, it's pretty bad. So next thing you know, you get into a situation where you pretty much are going to be in a situation where you're outmanned, right? It's a common situation. You're outmanned. What are you going to do? Well, what do you think you signed up to do? You're going to do what you signed up to do. I'm telling these people, man. Like, you're going to do what you got to do. I mean, you need to stop getting in your head and stop overanalyzing. And that's why people get scared and get pumped full of fear. And most people, yeah, they want to hold up the wall, and I just want to go home. I want to go home, and I get that, right? Especially if you went in there with familias and other things, right? Marriages, children. I want to go home, but you decided to pledge your allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. All right? And in this Chicano story, the calles have a lot to do with it, like Santana. So people don't believe that story to be true because how could a man not go down? Well, one is because there's a different kind of individual that you can call a Spartan that I grew up with. A lot of fucking Spartans. Spartan is just another word. Let's just use this. Spartan is another word for a fucking alpha. Okay, the alpha doesn't give a shit about your opinion. The alpha doesn't give a shit if you get mad or offended. The alpha is gonna survive and make it when the smoke clears. And that's alpha mentality shit, right? Not easily gullible, easily pump up cases, all this other funny shit on the internet, right? No, that's an alpha. So he said in that video, which I actually talked to the buddy that was on the other receiving end of that phone call. I talked to the buddy and I said, man, how'd you feel when he told you that? Because, we talked on the phone because we knew it was going to be Salinas week, right? And he said, yeah, I did. I told him, I'm going to pray for you. And he said, no. He goes, you know what? Pray for them. And so, yeah, I think the internet is not ready for the real. Absolutely not ready for the real. They get someone's adversity story. That's what I call it. Strife story. That's what I call it. Plight story. And with the pendejos who actually look at that as a highlight, we'll call that a war story. We'll call that, oh, badge of honor. I did this. I did that. Man, I'm telling you, I've seen people with 1,000 tattoos catch 10 body, be the biggest pussies on the yarda. So the reading a book by the cover, just get that out of your head already, right? But when you start hearing these Spartans, Salinas produces a lot of pinchy Spartan warriors. That's an absolute fact, but there's hitters everywhere. You're never going to hear me say there's not. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Comment below, maybe a hitter that you know that absolutely had his. I'll give you another one. About 3 doors down, I had a family living about 3 doors down from me when we moved from the east by downtown. And their uncle would write letters, and their uncle, is mentioned in the book, The Last General Standing. And their uncle had, 20 or over 30 bodies. In books, different books, not just videos, different books. Yes, him. Their family lived 2 doors down. Very close friend of mine, was the same age as me. And it's crazy. These fucking warrior stories, you hear of them, but there ain't no future in that shit. There absolutely isn't. So, yeah, did this happen? Uncontested. It absolutely happened. But when you hear of someone solid doing something like that, the critics will come out, but it's all to the good, man. Let the critics do what they do. Gente, I'm out to the next episode. Let me know below any other cities that you know of, anything. Southern California. What are the Southern California cities where Spartans are breeded? Only alpha Spartans. A few words. Let's just get shit done. We don't need to be too long-winded about it. You'll see when it's at your door. Let me know. Or NorCal. Let me know any other cities. Gente, I'm out. Don't forget to help others move in excellence because it's going to bless them. It's going to bless you at the same pinchy time. To the next episode of Chicano Street, gente. I'm out. I'll see you on the next one.